Look how wonderfully green it is.
Welcome to 2026. This could prove to be a huge year for us. We have big plans, but I can't divulge anything here yet. The first visit this year came in mid-March, in time for St. Patrick's Day, which coincidentally is celebrated on the same day as Italian Reunification Day. It just doesn't seem to be heavily acknowledged by the Italians themselves, I think largely due to different regions' interpretation of unification itself. Anyway, all that aside, we'd be working the first 2 weeks. Not gonna lie, it was freezing the first couple of weeks in Volterra, and we frequently had to turn the heat on in the apartment to take the sting out of the walls. Our apartment, due to it being a protected old palazzo, is rated F or G for energy consumption, which is not good and not easily fixable. Boo-hoo, I hear you cry, you're in Tuscany, suck it up, buttercup. That we did. Fortunately, it was helped by my favourite gelateria, L'isola del Gusto, opening up the same day as our arrival. I'm sure this was coincidental. We got a couple of mild days in Volterra, which translated to jacketless days down by the coast. And so we made visits to a couple of towns nearby. Firstly to Cecina al Mare, Marina di Cecina, firstly to Marina di Cecina on the Sunday of the first weekend. These graffitied walls are pretty cool, and you can find them in modern laneway leading from the square just beyond Porta San Francesco.
St. Patrick's Day today in Volterra, but it's also Italian Unification Day. They don't seem to celebrate it quite so much as we do St. Patrick's, I should say, in Ireland. So I think we're actually going to split to the coast. Bit of heat in the sun, bit cool here today, maybe at 14, 15, and could be pushing 20 down by the coast. So let's have a go.
The second coastal visit was to Marina di Castagneto Carducci on what I'm now calling St. Patrick's Italian Reunification Day. It was pre-season and so sleepy. I'm told it gets super busy with young families during the high season, but we still found a fab place to eat and the beach quite lovely. Again, got lucky with the coastal restaurant. Maybe I'm completely wrong in my supposition.
We're in Marina di Castagneto Carducci. We've been in Castagneto Carducci, the village itself, a few times. This is the beachy end of it. Seems very family oriented so far after having driven through it. But we'll have an owl look and see what else we can find. It has a strand, it might have some restaurants. The main road seems to be under repair, so they're not quite ready for the season yet. So it'll be very interesting to see if there's anywhere open at all. We'll check out. Okay, not quite ready for the season. You can forgive it that it's actually doing road repairs, which is fair enough. Eatery-wise, it just seems to be a bit on the quiet side. love the design on the road though. Quite a dark sanded beach, like Chechnya really. This is Lemoo's bush of leek and carrot fillets. Risotto, caponero and macala.
Buon appetito.
Grazie. Spaghetti with
love the
clams
way-
and what's this?
prawns.
Prawns.
I love the way they have the dish out.
E dolci, avocado and tiramisu. That was Santa Lucia restaurant. I presume there's a Lido that comes with it in the summer, but for the moment, the entire beach is free of lidi, making it a huge expanse. But I recommend Santa Lucia. I don't often recommend restaurants directly on the strands or the beaches or lakesides, but this is pretty good.
A sommelier friend of ours told us that you can't go wrong with Bulgari Superiore, so we went straight to the source on the same day to pick up ourselves a couple of bottles. It's a small village really with an impressive entrance, but what surprised me was the number of places open for lunch in the pre-season. Worth a visit for both food and vino then.
Welcome to one of Tuscany's more famous wine towns, Bulgari. We've been here before, back in 2019, before I had the channel, and it was rammed with people. There's only like 2 or 3 parallel streets, and at the time I was wondering who the marketing genius was behind Bulgari. It's cute, but it was so busy that we were slightly put off by it. Now let's try it when it's a little less busy here on St. Patrick's Day in March.
I made a video call to a friend to show him around a bit, which was cool, before we went shopping ourselves.
A few places here open for lunch, all right. So you got the street over there, you got this street here, and you got that street there. It's 3 parallel streets, and that's Bulgari. And it goes on for maybe 70 meters, 80 meters. It's pretty though. Say we came here in 2019, I recommend this place to eat. The place is so packed though, they had about 5 place settings at a very long table, and they're just separated with a little wooden separator. So yeah, if you don't mind rubbing elbows with people, it's a fantastic place. But today it's so quiet though. Now we're going to see if we can get a nice bottle of Bulgari Superiore. I'm going to see if I can catch up with Niamh in the lavender shop. And there she is, not at all asleep. And there we go for the day that's in it. Happy St. Patrick's Day. So Niamh has her gift. And I'm going to see if I can find a bottle of Bulgari Superiore, which we are told you can't go wrong with. It does kind of look closed.
I think there's a place down the other side.
Well, the Zacra de
Gelateria.
Bulgari, they're also semi-famous for their perfume.
They're doing a lot of works, obviously, before
Yeah.
the season.
See, the gelateria is closed. Nice gelato in that little van place back in 2019. It's still there. Well, we've pretty much done the loop. We'll just have to find a little wine shop that's still open. Hopefully here. Everybody got their little bit of a fix today. Mine's in wine, a Bulgari Superiore. Okay, make that 2 bottles. What a pig I am. Market day in the square, because it's not quite part of the season yet, but it's cut right back. It's a bit smaller, it's about a quarter smaller than it used to be.
The Volterra market looked worryingly small the first time we saw it this year, but thankfully it did grow a little as our stay went on.
Well, the food market seems as lively as ever. Sort of. With the colours. I was gonna have a mooch.
Italians seem to throw very little away in the way of household goods in the trash, and the mercatini dell'usato you can find scattered throughout Tuscany can be little treasure troves like this one in Capanoli.
The Italians throw absolutely nothing away. Nothing.
Quindi è condizionato dal fatto di saperlo, dice questa piaccia.
Why not? Oh, and a little flat screen Philips as well. Oh, old school turntable.
And a projector.
Yeah.
Do you remember these used to be all the rage?
Yeah. As did these.
The second weekend we made the unusual move of Niamh choosing the town to go visit. I mean, I usually do the choosing of the towns rather than Niamh, but I'm really glad she picked the one she did. Monte San Savino is a bit of a drive from Volterra, and by the time we got there we realised it was on what seems to be an annual spring cleaning sale of work or garage sale day. Fun! Apart from the parking, that is. We found ourselves lumped along the edges of an olive grove with a 10-minute walk back in. But really it was worth it. Not only do we have a new town to explore, but stalls too. And we found a nice place to eat in Ristorante L'Altruista.
Welcome to Monte San Savino. It was really difficult to find parking here. We thought at first that we'd hit a market day, but there's just so many people around. There must be some sort of festa on. It's So we parked in the middle of an olive grove, as a few other people have. So we're just going to have a look to see what's going on and to check out the second largest Roman cistern after Livorno, because we all love our cisterns. It's like a spring cleaning market. I love Italian markets. They just have absolutely all sorts of crazy stuff for sale. This one seems heavily clothes focused. Sizable enough one.
Guarda, è diventata veronese anche lei. È diventata trasferita. Vediamo alle prossime.
Oh, Magic the Gathering or similar cards.
Faccio uscire questi. Si è cavato. Sa che ti tocca tirare.
Crepes. We're in the market for food right now, but not for crepes. A pair of us are starving for lunch. Although it's kind of early-ish. One of the entrances into town is at the Medici Balls there. We'll have a little explore of that too, because we're still starving. Huge doors. One of the main squares. It's just rammed here today. Nice to see a little bit of life. It's just off season. A lot of towns are so quiet. Love the brickwork on that building. Reminds me of a few places in Florence, actually. Il mostro d'arte. A cool little courtyard. Cute. Shame about the slightly manky weather. That's where I'm going to be thrown when I'm bold. I wonder how far it goes down history-wise. Is it purely Roman, or is it also Etruscan? Nice little place this.
Anche lui cosa mia, io però lo dormo, cioè che non è che posso ti piace? Dai la meglio,
Nice cute square here as well. Here we go, the moment you've been waiting for.
One major site we wanted to see there was the second largest Roman cistern in Tuscany. We know how to live, I tell you.
Give your eyes a minute. Like deep.
It's still fully functional. It sure is. Oh, that's cool. And sexy.
It was a cool little place, literally cool.
It is certainly bigger than the one in Volterra. But I think the one in Volterra might be deeper. That is goodbye from Monte Sansovino. Nice little place. Bit of a trip from Volterra though, at 1 hour and 40.
That you have all the ice cubes that it's smoked them, and meanwhile that you go to drink sip by sip, you have the same sensation when you start and when you finish.
Okay. I've never seen somebody smoke ice cubes before. It's a first.
And we go on.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I am allowed to drink it, yes.
So, illuminato.
Perfect.
Well done. Oh, the smell.
Yeah.
The next weekend we went to the seaside town of San Vincenzo and we explored it a little bit more deeply than the last time we were here.
San Vincenzo. On Saturday morning passeggiata. Did I say Saturday? Sunday. It's a good bit less windy than it was last time we visited. Thought we'd be blown all over the place.
Our friend found us another nice place in the Michelin Guide to eat. Maybe I'm completely wrong about coastal restaurants.
That's where we ate. Very good it was too. La Perla del Mare.
On Holy Thursday, we met our friends Fran and Nick and had lunch in Forcoli in Antica Massicaria, followed by a walk around a nearby abbey up on a hill, and what seems to have been potentially some trespassing onto private driveways of some lovely houses nearby.
Oh, I've just been hit by an ant. Ah!
You can see this place. Look, this whole plot, the mouse. So where are we?
You must be dead straight. Over that way. We should have brought our binoculars. Okay, do you think we're over that way?
I think we're...
The one with the tower here under the thingy, that's Belvedere.
Yeah.
Yeah, Belvedere's over there. Yeah. Did we get back there?
And that's why I'm not a YouTuber.
I was wondering if that might be... I was thinking,
neighbours.
Birch for paper. And that's chubby. Jesus being the operative words. How many more times am I going to do that? Take footage without having press record. This is why I don't do what I don't do, which is YouTube. Yeah. Hello, Volterra. Welcome to Monte Castello, a tiny, teeny little place just in the Pisan foothills. Don't have much time to explore because we've got another appointment we've got to go to at 5:30 tonight, which should be a little bit exciting. Anyway, here's some random footage. Pisan Romanesque Church. Tidy. It's just the main road again. He seems to have a single bar. At the same time, it offers greater chance for togetherness. I think it's a cool little space.
That was essentially the first couple of weeks. The next two found us in Rome and lazily enjoying life in Volterra itself on holiday. See you in the next one.